Hello my beautiful friends and welcome back to my channel. I cannot believe that January is coming to an end. However, I would be lying to you if I said that I'm sad to see it go, because quite frankly I'm not. This month has been terrible for me. I feel like my mental health has not been great. There's just been so much going on. My anxiety is through the roof, and I have to say I've been really good at keeping on with all of the habits that I set forth this year. But my biggest goal of 2025 is my mental health, and I'm not doing well within that space. But this is just a friendly reminder for me to you that if your January sucked, that does not need to set the precedent for your year. I am using the feelings that I have felt thus far in 2025, and I'm trying to make a difference. And we're going to talk about some of the habits that I have been doing to help with my mental health. But I think in February, I really need to do a better job of being more present when I'm doing those habits. I am very much on like anxiety autopilot from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed. I just want to live a slower version of what I got going on right now. So I think we're gonna do a breakdown of material things, being like beauty, handbags, just like tangible things. Then we're gonna pivot to mental health, because although my mental health has not been good, I've definitely been incorporating things to help with my mental health, and I fear that if I had not done these things, I would be in a much worse state. Then pivot to home life, things I've been doing at home as a pretend domesticated housewife that I want to be, and then kind of pivoting from mental health into self-improvement. So kind of like learning, educational things. So we have material things, we have mental health, we have home life, and we have self-improvement. So let's start with the fun things, which are material things. I have not been wearing very much makeup this month. I've just been lazy. I do not think that that is helping with my mental health, again, as surface level as you might think that may be. But waking up, getting ready for my day, and just making myself look beautiful on the outside definitely helps me feel beautiful, more beautiful on the inside. I have a couple makeup products that I did try this month. I've had this concealer in my collection for about 6 months. I bought it when this was all over the internet. I saw so many commercials about it, whether it was on the TV, YouTube advertisements, but this is the L'Oreal True Match. It has 1.5 hyaluronic acid and caffeine. It is supposed to be a serum-like concealer. Now I am wearing this today. I think if you are younger than me, I am 33 years old. I definitely have combination skin, but I am so dry in the winter and my skin just gets a little bit more textured in the winter. If you are someone that is younger, you don't have a lot of texture to your skin, you don't have fine lines, I think that you will absolutely love this. I am not enjoying this, although I do think that I will like it better in the spring and summer months when there's a little bit more moisture in the air. I am not a dermatologist. I do get a facial every 3 months, and my facialist tells me the way that hyaluronic acid works is that it pulls moisture from the air. Right now, I live in the tri-state area. I live in New Jersey. It is dry as hell. It is dry and it is cold, and there is no moisture in the air. It is like a brick cold. So this is not helping to hydrate my skin. Most of us, I think, like when you hear hyaluronic acid, you think automatically it provides moisture. It provides moisture so long as there is moisture in the air. It like pulls it from the atmosphere. So I'm wearing this today. It's not like so terrible, but it does leave my skin looking very crinkly. I don't think it has like a ton of coverage. I'm not a full coverage queen, so it means a lot coming from me. My skin around my chin gets very textured. So like if you have dry skin, if you have textured skin, I don't think this is it. Love the doe foot. Like the doe foot is so nice. The shape of it, I love that it kind of can just hug around the eye. It can hug around the mouth. It has kind of like a paint scent to it. I don't love this. Just my personal take. But again, I will continue to use this because I bought it. We all know I don't like to waste product, and I do want to use this in the spring and summer months, and I will report back then to let you know how my skin gets on with it. But I do think that depending upon your skin really plays a big role as to whether or not you play well with skincare, makeup, all that kind of stuff, right? This has been the makeup that I've been wearing. I just have a little bit of concealer on today. I have my Merit bronzer stick, a little bit of the Merit red blush that I bought. I drew my brows on, which I really have not been doing. I've just been using the e.l.f. Wow Brow Gel. I have not been doing my hair. This has not been the month of beauty for me at all. I'm paying a price for it internally. I just think I'm letting external factors of my life grab a hold of me and pull me away from the things that I find joy in, such as doing my hair, doing my makeup, spending the time, all the kind of things. Like I said, I am doing my skincare, which we're gonna get into, but some days I don't even wear makeup and I will just throw this on. I really, really like this color. This is the Bobbi Brown lip tint in Bare Blackberry. I really like this. I'm not wearing it today. I'm actually wearing the Naturium Petal. It's like a lip balm. I don't know, but I will put this on top of it. I just like this. I feel like it's a good color for my complexion. It hydrates my lips. It stays on them for a decent amount of time. It's not very gloppy. It kind of just provides moisture in the way that it adheres to your lips and kind of creates that barrier between your lips and the very cold air. This is just something that's good for me because I can continuously apply it to my lips, and it doesn't do that thing where, you know, sometimes when you use a chapstick or a lip product and it kind of like exasperates the dryness of your lips and kind of like pulls and dehydrates the first layer of skin, that's a no for me, because the second that I feel a little piece of skin rising above, I will bite it off and then I will have a gash in my lip. So this does a really nice job of hydrating, not creating those kind of like dry patches or like premature exfoliation. I don't know. I really like this. It's a beautiful color, and I will definitely buy more of these when I run out of this, and I do really enjoy the packaging. Okay, so that's it for makeup for this month. For me, I'm so sorry if you're a makeup girly. I understand, because a lot of the times we do talk about makeup, but I wasn't living in the world of makeup. I have been really, really into my skincare. I got this for Christmas. Mike bought this for me. This is the Medicube Age Booster. I always mess up the name of this, but I love this, okay? It has multiple settings in here. The setting I use the most is the microcurrent, so that helps to kind of like massage the muscles in your face. It helps to depuff your face, lift your face. It's like a workout for your face. I do this at least 4 times a week. I really enjoy this. I like the shape of this. You guys know I use the New Face, same kind of thing in terms of microcurrent. However, this has other modes to it. So you can use the booster mode, which I also really use a lot, and I like to apply a serum in the morning or at night, and I do the booster mode, and that just helps to get the serum to penetrate into deeper layers of your skin, getting more bang for your buck in terms of your skincare products. And it's been really nice. I've been really enjoying this. My face feels really tight. If you watched my staycation vlog, when I first started using this, it was such a drastic difference. Like if you look at me, what I look like in December, like I was puffy, I was tired, I was all the things. And then come January, I received this on Christmas and I was home for a couple weeks. I did this religiously. I do think that my diet has gotten better since December. I've been drinking more water, I've been meal prepping more, eating more healthy things, drinking less wine, which definitely contributes to your skin. But I've noticed such a big difference in my face. I really highly recommend this product. It was the product of January. Another product of January, I loathe this device because I feel like I spend so much time with her, but this is the You Like IPL hair removal device. I shave my legs, I shave my armpits, I buzz off my mustache, okay? And then I spend a good 45 minutes every other day using this. My goal of summer 2025 is to be a hairless cat. I get red bumpies all along my bikini area. I get ingrown hairs up the back of my legs, and I don't like the scars that I have from shaving. And I'm hoping that if I can just put the time in, commit to this, kill my hair follicles slowly but surely, I will not have to shave as much. My hair will not be as coarse and as thick as it is. I will not get as many ingrown hairs and as much agitation along my bikini line. You've seen me do this in a couple vlogs. I basically just plug this into the wall and I go like this slowly. I don't do my arms, but I do my calves, I do my thighs, I've been doing my armpits, I do my mustache, and I do my bikini line. But it takes a long friggin' time. That's a lot of body that I'm doing. My legs take up the majority of my body. So it is a commitment. Again, I believe that YouLike recommends doing it every other day for the first, I think it's 4 to 5 weeks. And then after that, doing it once every other week or once a month. I think I'm gonna have to do more than that because I do have coarse hair. My skin is definitely smoother. I don't know. It honestly is probably because I typically shave my legs like twice a week because I'm lazy and it is the winter, but because I am doing this, you need to shave your legs before you use this device. So I'm shaving my legs every other day, which exfoliates my legs. So I just feel very soft. Definitely my hair is not growing in as thick as it once was, but I have used an IPL hair removal device before. I was not so committed. I was definitely lazier with that and I did not follow a regimented routine. And so since using it, I want to say about like a year and a half ago, my hair has come back full force. So I'm hoping that if I just stay committed, do this, my hair will just, you know, my hair follicles will just die off and then I will be a hairless cat because that is my goal. This scent, I know it's like, we're so sick of hearing me talk about it, but this Tom Ford Oud d'Ombre leather brings me such joy. I love the scent of it. It like calms me, okay? It calms me. It smells so good. It's like spicy but sexy, very androgynous. I feel like that is kind of like my word lately. I don't know. When it comes to like house hunting, which Mike and I have been house hunting because that is my #1 goal of 2025 is to find a house. My word for house hunting is cozy. I love cozy homes, okay? Cozy, but androgynous has just, it's my aesthetic. I talk about it a lot with this ring. We'll talk about this because I'm wearing it a lot. I really do love this perfume. It's so good. Ever since I've gone back to work after the Christmas New Year's hiatus, my eyes are killing me. I have so much pressure in the back of my eyes. I actually was supposed to go to the eye doctor yesterday, but it is like -10 degrees outside. I canceled it because I would have had to walk and I'm tired of walking in the cold. Okay, I commute. Fluorescent lights in the office, staring at a computer all day long, it bothers my eyes. So I have been wearing these very sexy blue light glasses that I bought on Amazon and I've noticed a difference. Like I really do feel a difference when I use these when I'm staring at a screen all day, and so I just had to mention them. Another pair of glasses that I have been absolutely loving are the Amazon sunglasses that I purchased quite a while ago, and then we found them in my closet during a vlog. I will link them down below. I bought these a while ago and then I discovered them and was like, wow, how Palm Springs are these? If you know, you know. Mike and I were supposed to go to Palm Springs. We canceled our trip and that's okay. But I love these. I bought the 2-pack. I have the black pair and the brown pair. They make such a statement. I am such a big fan. And I love that they are just like cheapy Amazon sunglasses. I mean, at the end of the day, all glasses are plastic. They are a vibe. These 3 shirts, this is Gap times Cult Gaia. They did a collection. I cannot stop wearing these. You've seen them so many times, but I own it in this beautiful cherry red shade. It is like a faux turtleneck. See? So I have it in the red. This was the one that I was lusting over. I bought this last. It finally came in stock, but this is a beautiful dark brown, chocolate brown. These are a bit see-through, but not like an inappropriate see-through. They kind of just have like a little bit, they're a little edgy. They're warm, but they're light, like the layer is thin, so they're good with layering. They fit nicely under a coat. I also bought the black. I love these shirts. If I could live in these shirts, I would. I would wear one right now, but I feel like I have worn one in so many of my videos recently and you guys are so sick of seeing them. But I love these shirts. If they came out with more of them, I would buy more. I will go ahead and link them down below. I've been buying so much Gap lately and really filling in all of the basics that I've been missing in my wardrobe, and I feel so good about it. I feel so good about it and my wardrobe looks so good. It's so nice to walk into my closet and be able to curate an outfit in like 2 minutes because everything is a basic and it all just goes so well together. It's just flowing really nicely. All my batteries are dead. I'm so sorry. I had to pivot you a little bit and I had to makeshift Michael's desk a little bit. So hopefully he's not too mad at me. Let's see. Let us move on to other material things. It has been freezing. When I say freezing, I feel like freezing is an understatement. And I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of like a review. So I bought these mittens and I loved them and I still love them, but they look so battered and bruised. I don't know if you can see, but they're just so hilly, so bunchy. I'm really happy that I got them on sale. I think they were originally like 20-something and I got them for $9 on Gap. I have been using them every single day, I would say, for the last month since, you know, I went back to work, but I like the convenience of them. I just think the quality is kind of trash. And so I wanted to tell you that. Love this Target hat. The quality is amazing. It is so soft. I bought this for me. I bought my grandma one. I bought my sister one. It's so soft. If you could feel it. Oh my God, it's so warm. It's so nice. I love the chocolate brown and the light blue. Those are my two favorite colors recently. I think this was about like $15 on Target. I forgot where I bought this. I will try and find it down below, but I've had this All Saints scarf for a really long time. I don't know what it is about scarves. Me and scarves don't get along. I'm very temperature sensitive. So like I'll be freezing when I'm walking and then I will get to wherever it is I'm going. I'm sorry, I keep playing around with you, but I'll get to wherever it is I'm going and then I'm profusely sweating. So I don't like those big blanket scarves. I just want a scarf that's gonna fit under my jacket nicely, that just goes with everything. So I bought this All Saints scarf. It's just like a black ribbed scarf. It is the perfect size. It is the perfect warmth. I just like wrap myself in here and it's very warm, but again, it's cozy. It covers my chest, it covers my neck where I need it to cover, but it's not like an overbearing scarf. I've been very weird with clothing lately. Like if I can feel that my pants like wrap around my leg, it like drives me nuts. I know. I have a lot of problems. Bags. Now, I used 2 handbags a lot this month. If you watched my favorite handbag brand collection, I love Gianni Chiarini. I'm such a fan. You guys know I love my purple, my like eggplant purple Alifa bag. And so I bought this during their sale. I don't think that they have this color anymore, but this bag comes in a beautiful red and a really like gorgeous green. I would love it in green. This is the Miss Marcella, super roomy for such a small bag. It is Italian suede, Italian leather. This is me, you know, running around my house because no matter what time I wake up, I never leave myself enough time, but I'll just throw all of my shit in here and it all fits. She doesn't weigh anything. Weight depends on what it is that you throw in here, but I highly recommend her. She is so beautiful. I'm such a big fan. I bought this on super sale. I think I got this bag for like $400 on Fashion File a couple years ago during their Black Friday sale. The small Valentino Rockstar tote. I do not think that they make this anymore. So like you can't go to Valentino and buy this size. She's just like a bucket bag. She has no structure though. So like you put her on the floor, you put her in your lap, and this is what she succumbs to. She's a beautiful soft leather. I love the rock studs because just the way that they pick up the light, it looks so expensive. It's so beautiful, but they stab me. It does add weight to the bag. So you've been forewarned, but she is just a huge bucket bag. And I love a tote bag, but Lord knows I don't need any more tote bags. And I've been really loving her. And it's the perfect size for me. Like she can fit everything in the kitchen sink, but she doesn't like overpower my body. I'm pretty petite, I'm 5'4", but very narrow. So sometimes tote bags just make me look insane, and she does not make me look insane. One last thing in terms of my material things, I love my love ring. Mike bought me this for Christmas. I love my wedding ring and my engagement ring. They're beautiful. I love diamonds. I'm an April baby, so I especially love diamonds because a diamond is my birthstone. But I really love like the simplicity, but also gaudiness of just like a thick wedding band. It gives me grandfather vibes, like mobster vibes, makes a beautiful statement by itself. I love it by itself. I think it kind of gets lost in the shuffle of all my other rings, but I did want to mention this because I love this ring. I literally put it on every single day. I've been wearing these earrings a lot just because they're a simple chunky hoop. I have not been doing any joyous things for me, okay? In January, it was kind of just like I was in survival mode, and so I hope that, you know, next month I'm waking up, I'm putting on my rings, I'm putting on my earrings, I'm putting on my jewelry. I did wear this pretty often this month. This is the Guide-a-Wheel Goddess of Love, Athena. Athena? Is it Athena? I think so. It's chunky. I can just throw it on and it makes a statement. Mental health. This month, I've been doing a lot more yoga, a lot more Pilates. I changed up my workout routine. Now, I mentioned this to you guys before the new year came, but I wanted to change up my workout routine because in 2024, I did a lot of weightlifting. I do a lot of Sydney Cummings. I would weight lift 5-6 days a week. And I kind of just want to be a little bit more gentler on my body. Again, that mindset of just being a bit slower in 2025. My workout routine in January was full body on Mondays, take off Tuesdays. Wednesdays, I do legs and glutes. Thursdays I take off, Friday I do arms, Saturday Pilates, Sunday yoga. And I've been going back to my yoga class. My yoga teacher, thank God, he used to teach on Fridays, and I just find like Fridays at 5:30, I don't want to be going to the gym at 5:30. Yoga's nice, and it's a nice way to like end the week and start the weekend, but I don't want to be driving to go do yoga, okay? Now he does Sundays at 9 a.m., which is just so perfect to me. It has really snowballs into like the perfect Sunday reset. I go to yoga, I relax for an hour, I try to zen as much as I can. Some days are much easier than others, and then I will go to the food store after, to which I will then come home, meal prep. It's a great way to start my Sunday in such a productive way that kind of like snowballs into like productivity that sets me up really well for the week. Also really love it. I know this is a material thing and I forgot to mention it, but my sister-in-law bought this for me. How cute is this? F a Stanley Cup, honestly. This has so much more character. I don't want to be like everybody else. Drinking a lot of water. I've been doing all the habits. I just need to be a little bit more present when I'm doing the habits, because I'm kind of like in that fight or flight mode where it's like, oh, I have all these things to do. And it's like, I check. I did my yoga. I did my PT stretches. I new faced, laser hair removed. I took a bath. Like I'm doing all the things that are great for my mental health, but I'm not doing them in like a self-care, mental health helping way. I'm doing them in a very anxious, like speedy way, if that makes sense. I've been getting all my steps in. I'm back on the treadmill. It is so hard for me to get steps in. Like I love being outside. I am really struggling this winter. I do not like the cold. I just feel stagnant. I feel stagnant in my steps. I feel stuck in this house. But anyway, I went off in a tangent. I've been getting my 10,000 steps minimum every day. If I'm not walking to and from the office, if I'm not commuting, then I'm literally sitting in this house all day. The day after Christmas, I've gotten 10,000 steps every single day since that day. I go on the treadmill. I probably walk for at least 45 minutes. If not, I'm usually on the treadmill for like an hour. Combination of getting those steps in, of changing out my exercise routine, of meal prepping and eating healthier. Like I can definitely feel a difference in terms of my physical fitness. I look a little bit tighter, I look a little bit leaner. I was feeling very bloated and uncomfortable in my skin for a bit there, but I think cutting back on the weightlifting and getting a little bit more cardio in terms of steps in has really, really helped with that kind of like uncomfortable bloating feeling. I've been journaling a lot. Whether I take 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I find that I really struggle to journal as much as I wanted to in 2024 because I put a time limit. Like I would set a 10-minute timer, or I would say I need to do 2 pages. I wake up in the morning. Sometimes I write a small little paragraph. Yesterday I wrote this much. That's it. I also found this really bomb meditation playlist on Spotify. I struggle with meditation. Like I like it. I thought it was very woo-woo for a minute there. But I find like sometimes I can't really focus on a guided meditation. And so I found this meditation playlist on Spotify. I will put it down below, but it's basically like spa music. We'll do it no matter where I am. I feel like when I put too many boundaries on an actionable item, I tend to not do it. I would say I needed to meditate on the couch, or I needed to meditate in bed, and those are great places to meditate, but the reality is sometimes like I'm running 1,000 miles a minute and I gotta go to work, and sometimes I have like 10 minutes on the bus. I will listen to my playlist and I will look out the window, and it just helps me to even like clear my mind. Like, I don't know, I find with guided meditations, they tell you to take deep breaths. They tell you to close your eyes, all these kind of things. I just need to live my life slower, and it is so weird and just so crazy, and I encourage you to do it. But listen to this playlist and just go for a walk. Notice like the pigeons on the overpass, and I notice like the kids playing in the snow. It kind of just slows everything down for me mentally, and it makes me feel more present. I don't know if that is like a form of meditation, but it is something that really works for me. I have been taking baths on a regular basis. I do an Epsom salt bath. I just soak. I'll watch Real Housewives of New York City, of Beverly Hills, or I'll read a book, which we're gonna get to my books in a second. And it's just been a really nice time for me to just have me moments. I take that chunk of time to soak and do something that I enjoy, and kind of just zone out of my day. I've been taking my magnesium pills on a daily basis. I usually take them between 7:30 and 8 o'clock at night, and they really do a wonderful job of just naturally making me feel sleepy. I don't have trouble sleeping, but this way, by the time I go to bed, like I feel zen. I don't want to feel anxiety because I do, like while I don't have trouble sleeping, I do get bad dreams. So if I am in a zen state, I don't have bad dreams, and then I don't feel like I've lived a whole other life by the time I wake up in the morning, if that makes sense. I've also been doing lavender, which has been wonderful. My aunt has purchased me countless things of lavender over the past several years, and this is just Revive 100% pure essential oil lavender. What I do is I will take one drop, rub it between my hands. I do like this routine for Mike. I'll put a little bit on his temples, I'll put some on his wrists, and I'll put some on his chest, and then I'll have him take 3 deep breaths with the lavender. And then I do the same thing for myself. I pat it on my temples, I take 3 deep breaths. Sometimes I'll put it on my chest to relax me. And again, it kind of just puts you in that like calm state. And it's been really nice. And Mike has trouble sleeping often, and he says that when we use the lavender, which we've been doing it every day, his sleep has been a little bit better. In terms of home life, I've definitely been meal prepping. 2 things that I've been meal prepping on repeat are my cannelli bean soup that I got from Liesl Jane. I will link her video down below. I did a Sunday reset where I made it for the first time, and it's just so good in the cold. It's like a minestrone soup. It's like a hearty soup. It has carrots, celery, cannelli beans, has a bunch of different spices. It's just so good, and I find like it's so easy to commute with. I prep it for the week. I will bring it to the office 3 days because I go into the office 3 days a week. And I don't know what happened to New York City. They got rid of all the soup places. Like what happened to Hale and Hearty? There used to be so many soup places, and now there's like none. I've also been making my chia seed pudding. So good. I love chia seeds. I love the raspberries with it. I usually put raspberries, blueberries, and strawberries in it. It tastes delicious. It takes 5 minutes to make, and it's just easy to travel with again. I have been loving on the recipe book that my aunt bought me. She bought me this for Christmas, and I keep all of my recipes in here. I could just pull this out. I can read my table of contents, find whatever it is I'm gonna make. Tonight I'm making the chicken soba noodle stir fry, and it is in here. I don't need to have to remember. I don't have to think about what Pinterest board I saved it on, if I saved it, if I didn't save it, what website. This is just a curation of my favorite recipes, and I am really, really loving it. And I am loving the meal prep life. Who would have thought? Also, in terms of home life, I've been decluttering the crap out of my house. My husband and I are on a mission. I just feel like we're living in this space where we're so desperate to buy a house together and to move and to find the next phase, move on to the next thing in our life, that we've kind of been neglecting our house. If you like declutter videos, I've uploaded quite a few already, and there are more to come. My husband and I are making a list of all of the rooms in our house. We are rating them on easy, medium, hard, and then when we have a couple hours here and there, we're just gonna declutter, and I'm just gonna film it. And I just want to live a more minimalistic life. A goal of mine, again, in my journal, I said I want to be more minimalistic, declutter, and just create more like calm in my atmosphere, you know, and I can control that, so why not? So that is the home life stuff. And then self-improvements, I read Atomic Habits this month. I have read that book like 6 times. It's by James Clear. Basically tells you like how to create a habit, how to get rid of habits that you no longer want, how to just be 1% better every day in order to, you know, create processes to get to your goal. Because it's one thing to write down a goal, like I mentioned in my journaling. It's one thing to write like, I want to save $100,000. Like we could write that, but like how do we do that? So it's like creating habits in order to get to our goals. We could stop buying coffee every day, and instead of spending $7 on a latte, we could just pocket those $7 every day, put them in a 401k to double our money. We could be doing so many things. So it's kind of just like, it teaches you how to look at your goals in more like smaller steps so that they're more attainable, and teaches you not only to like achieve the goals that you want, but how to become the person that you want to be that achieves those goals. It's really such a good book. I highly recommend it. It is definitely a self-improvement book. If you don't like self-improvement books, I've been in and out of self-improvement. I used to only read self-improvement, and then I got to a point where I like wanted to gag because it was like, I'm so sick of people telling me how I can be better. I feel overwhelmed. But that is a book that I think is very digestible. Will leave you feeling like you can conquer any goal of yours so long as you create easy little habits that you can do on a daily basis. I am also reading this book that my husband bought me. I sobbed when he gave it to me. I took the cover off of it, but this is what it's supposed to look like. Will Prescribe You a Cat by Sayu Ishida. Look at this cat in a prescription bottle. Cats are always the perfect cure. If you know me, I am struggling just in life with mental health and just getting through things, and I feel very stuck, and I'm sad about the loss of my father, and it's just, life just has felt weird for me for quite a few years now. But so Mike got this for me. I'm not gonna ruin it for you, but basically it is the story of 5 cats. Now each cat is a chapter, I guess, and the chapters are long. Like the first cat, the chapter was 100 pages. So I don't know. If you're someone where you like to check off the chapters, just know that like it's like that kind of a book. Like a chapter is 100 pages because one chapter covers the prescription of one cat. So it's about 5 different cats. These people are struggling with mental health, and basically they hear through the grapevine. No one can ever say like who it is that they heard this from, or it's always like they overheard someone, or a friend of a friend of a friend recommended this doctor's office, right? So you go and they ask you like, what are your problems? And people sit down and they say their problems, and then the doctor prescribes them a cat. It talks about how the cat changes their life and like how it helps solve like their outlook on things, or like their miserable job, or so on and so forth. Everybody has different pain points within the book, and they get prescribed a cat, and it's so cute. I don't know. And it's so funny because I love cats. It is like a known thing that when, you know, cats, their purr has a like healing ability to it. So like my cat is so cute. I love him to death. He is fresh, but he is the love of my life, the light of my life. He will know when I'm upset, and he will come and he will lay on my chest and he will just purr. It's like he has this like intuition. So funny because if you look at a cat, they are so unbothered. And some days, you know, I said unbothered was going to be my word of 2025, and I am high-key bothered so far this year. But I just watch him, and it's like he just lives his life. He doesn't give a shit. He's like, I want you to pet me. I don't want you to pet me. I'm gonna lay here. I'm gonna do this. He just goes about his life, and it's like on his own terms. And that's kind of like what you get from the book. It's like these people are so stressed by like the nuances of everyday life. The cat kind of teaches them to just kind of like care less. And so it has been such a good book for me. I'm pretty sure that's it. I just want to check my notes to make sure that that's it. Yeah, that is it. Those are all the things that I loved in January. Again, I do apologize if you come here for the makeup. We didn't really talk about makeup, but in case you haven't noticed, my channel has kind of like pivoted from the makeup and the tangible things. I don't want to further upset you, but my goal this year is to declutter my house, like I've mentioned, but it's also to I don't really want to buy new makeup. I might buy like lipsticks here and there, but I'm actually thinking of doing a de-influencing video. I want to be a little bit more mindful. Again, a big goal of mine this year is to be a bit more minimal, and just living like a more wholesome, slow life is really like the agenda of what I want my 2025 to be. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. Do be sure to let me know down below in the comments what were some of the things that you loved in January. It can be material things, it can be non-material things. Did you pick up any hobbies? Let's talk about it down below. I would love to hear what it is you guys are doing, and maybe we can inspire each other to maybe shop less and do other things. But you can also encourage me to shop more if there's something that you tried that you think that I need to try. If you're not yet subscribed, make sure you subscribe and click the bell button next to it. This way you get a notification when I'm uploading a new video. Again, I have declutters coming. I have vlogs, as always, coming. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I really, really hope to see you in my next one. Bye, guys. Mwah.